This is vintage psychology for sleep. A quiet place where nothing is asked of you and everything moves slowly. If you find comfort here, you're welcome to return another night. Some listeners choose to subscribe simply so these stories are waiting for them when the day has grown heavy again. And if this quiet place feels helpful, you may leave a gentle mark below so others searching for rest may find their way here too. You don't need to listen closely. You don't need to remember a thing. If sleep arrives early, this story will continue without you. I'll speak softly for a while, then a story will unfold, and later the voice will soften even more. Tonight's story is about why thoughts grow louder at night and what they were always trying to protect. Imagine a small room, lamplit, the sound of rain against the window, and a clock that has nowhere left to rush. In these later hours, when the world has folded itself closed, the mind often does something curious. It begins to speak. Thoughts arrive uninvited, slow at first, then one by one, until they seem to crowd the room. Many believe this is a flaw of the mind, a mistake, a malfunction meant to be silenced. But long ago, psychologists understood something different. They believed the mind never speaks without reason. Tonight, we'll sit beside that idea, like two people warming their hands at a small fire, and listen to what the mind has been trying to say all along. In the early 1930s, there lived a man who worked the night shift at a textile factory on the edge of a quiet town. He was known simply as the watchman. Each night, while others slept, he walked slow paths between tall brick walls, his lantern swinging gently, his footsteps steady and unhurried. And yet, when he returned home at dawn, sleep would not come. His body was tired, his eyes were heavy, but his thoughts, they stood at attention. He replayed conversations, rehearsed mistakes, imagined futures that never arrived. Doctors of the time called it nervous agitation, but one quiet psychologist, listening longer than most, noticed something else. The watchman's thoughts were not chaotic. They were organized, persistent, almost dutiful. The psychologist asked him one question: what happens when you finally stop thinking? The watchman paused, then answered softly, I feel unguarded. And there it was. His mind, having spent years watching gates and doors, refused to stand down. Night was not a time for rest. Night was a time for vigilance. Your thoughts at night are not trying to punish you. They are trying to protect you from being caught unawares, from dangers that once felt very real, even if those dangers have long since passed. Overthinking at night is the mind standing watch long after the threat has gone. It does not yet know it is safe to sleep. And just as the watchman once learned, the mind does not quiet when it is forced. It quiets when it is relieved. So now, there is nothing to solve, nothing to answer, only a gentle signal to send inward. As you breathe in, imagine lowering a lantern. As you breathe out, imagine setting it beside you, no longer needed. Your shoulders may soften now, as if a long shift has ended. Your jaw may loosen, like a gate finally closing for the night. Let the watchman rest. Somewhere, a clock continues to tick, but it no longer measures urgency, only time passing, kindly, without demand. And so the mind rests, not because it was silenced, but because it was understood. Good night.